I respect your right to see and do whoever you want, and I don't even want a boyfriend, so...
What do you want?
I just want someone who wants to hang out all the time and thinks I'm the best person in the world and wants to have sex with only me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Girls. We're just two boys watching HBO's Girls. We're your hosts. I'm Joe Welke.
I'm Vance.
And let's get into it. We just finished watching episode 4, which is titled Hannah's Diary, directed by Richard Shepper, written by Lena Dunham. Original air date May 6th, 2012. Guess how many millions of viewers this episode got?
I'm going to say 0.7.
Close. 0.743.
Okay, yeah.
Big drop from last episode, which was 0.816. They've only been going down. It's just a precipitous drop.
I'm ready to see when the uptake happens. I thought,
Yeah, right?
I thought
This was a popular show.
Yeah. I thought it would be going up, not down on that.
Maybe by season 2, once the word got out from whatever, but no, it's just been going down and down and down.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be like Succession, where like the end of the first season like really propelled the second season.
Yeah, maybe there's like a who killed Hannah cliffhanger next time or something. Who knows? But I think that so for the last episode we did character arcs instead of just scene by scene breakdown. I think that was better. And I think
let's go through
we'll stick with that for the time being until we figure out something else better.
Yeah, let's just go through the people as opposed to scene by scene breakdowns.
All right.
Yeah.
Who do you want to start with?
I feel like we should start with... There's not a lot of Marnie in this episode.
Not a lot of Marnie, but there's a lot of stuff that happens to Marnie.
Yeah. So I think let's start with something interesting. Let's start with Shoshana.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm down with that as well. I'm down with that. My favorite character so far.
I gotta say my favorite character too.
My favorite character because she's an earnest, sweet person, even if she's a little ditzy.
Yeah, I could agree with that. That's pretty much where she stands.
Yes,
yeah.
Dude, she's
great. She's like wonderfully naive. You know,
I would never want to hang out with her. I would never want to date her. But watching her on this show, compared to everyone else, I don't know, maybe Marnie. Marnie seems like the most realistic.
Yeah, I feel like you hang out with Marnie.
I would hang out with Marnie, but I could never hang out with Shoshana. And if I would make fun of her behind her back. And also to her face because she wouldn't get that I was making fun of her.
I would always make jokes kind of about her or like around her or something, and she would never get them. And it'd just be like, okay.
Dude, I knew a guy that dated a girl that was exactly like that. Like I would just trash her to her face and she just wouldn't get it. And it was like, wow, this is incredible. Like, how do you?
But you mean like not mean trash, just like
not like you're a stupid bitch, but like
just
like a little ribbing.
Yeah,
you know, I would be ribbing Shoshana hard. But
you have to call out because she'll do something like kind of silly and stupid. And if you don't say something about it, it like feels like you're cheating yourself of that setup,
right? Or I'd whisper it into whoever I was dating's ear and be like,
see, when you whisper it, it seems like it's more mean than if you said it directly to them and they don't get it. Because they can't call you like being passive aggressive or
No,
anything
but
like
if you whisper it to, let's say, your significant other, right?
Are you saying in front of them or outside of that? When you say whisper, it seems like you're saying it like you're doing it in front of them.
Do it in front of them. Say you're at a party.
Okay.
You're dating, let's say that you're dating Marnie. And Shoshana is there. There's 12 people at this party. Shoshana says something stupid, and you have a line. You have a line. And you have a line.
Okay.
She set you up for a perfect zinger.
Yeah.
You think it's more rude to whisper it to Marnie than it is to publicly in front of all 12 of these other people who would get it.
Okay, yeah. I thought in the situation, I figured it was like 2-on-2 situation.
Oh.
Okay.
If it's a 2-on-2 situation, I think I would just say it.
Yeah, you just say it. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. I would not want to like embarrass her in front of like
All right, so you're at a party with Marnie and Shoshana.
8 other people. There's 3 couples. A couple people are single. If you divide it by 6, yeah.
Oh God! All right.
Let's talk about this show.
Shoshana.
Let's talk about this show.
All right. This is what goes down with Shoshana. So
wait! Before we dive in, one question.
What's up?
Quick thoughts, like initial.
Quick thoughts on the episode.
Initial feeling on this episode. I enjoyed this one.
I feel like this was a very nothing episode. Like I didn't get mad at it, and I didn't love it. It was okay.
Yeah,
it was alright.
And our opinions might change as we break down this thing. But I enjoyed this episode. I thought it had a lot of good stuff, moved fast, good flow.
Yeah,
not as like significantly heavy.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was fine. It was a good half. It was a good half an hour of TV.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I just feel like I mean, there was a lot of story advancement, but I was just like watching it, and I was like, all right,
yeah,
this is a 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay, all right,
it was fine.
Yeah,
didn't blow me away. I think I liked the last episode better because it had my favorite line in this whole series so far.
I might have been. Yeah, it's tough to say which one is. Yeah.
All right. So Shoshana, she's walking in the street with Jessa, sees a guy, and he's like, Shoshana? Recognizes her from camp, apparently, because, you know, Jewish people be camping.
Yeah, I don't know anything about I know of it only from TV.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
do you not know any Jewish people?
I know Jewish people. But I don't know actual Jewish camp, like how that whole situation, like.
I feel like it's a big Jewish thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
They all go to camp.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone, but a lot of the Jewish people I know, it's like, yeah, we went to camp, and like they all have these amazing. I was always so jealous of that. Like, I never went to a camp.
I never went to camp, and I never was jealous of going to camp. I'm not very.
Why not? You're around all your friends and making new friends, and.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, man, I wish I had went to camp.
It's never too late, man.
They have adult camps.
I know those are actually kind of weird.
Yeah, it seems weird. Those are the people. Those are like a lot of virgins, probably.
And speaking of virgins,
yeah, speaking of virgins. So Shoshana sees Matt in the street. He recognizes her from camp. He's like, "Didn't you like lead the raid, the most insane raid at camp?" And she's walking with Jessa, and Jessa's like, I'll leave you two to whatever yours is. Fucking hate her. I'll leave you to whatever this is.
Well, yeah, Shoshana, like, so she runs into, what's his name? Matt, played by Skylar Astin, who is from, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend?
He was in that?
He's in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. He replaced one of the guys in Crazy
Ex-Girlfriend. Oh, he
replaces
Greg?
Yeah, he replaces Greg in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
I didn't get to that season yet.
Spoilers for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And
also spoilers for girls. Which is
and he's married to the actress, one of the actresses from Pitch Perfect, the one that vomits. A lot, yeah.
I've never seen Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, but I will say this: Skylar Astin has one of the most, like, he's not a bad dude, not a bad actor, but he's one of the most punchable faces on TV to me.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
Yeah,
he does look really punchable.
Yeah. But anyway, they're sitting, they're
catching up.
They're catching up. He decides,
flirting a little bit.
Let's go out on a date.
Yeah. No. Didn't ask her to go out on a date.
No, he did.
Said we should hang out.
I thought he said we should go out tonight.
I think he said we should hang out, and then she said, well, I could cancel my class right now if you want to, and he said, tonight.
Okay.
And there was no date.
Okay.
We need to make this distinction.
He did say date. I thought he said we should go out, though.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Let's roll back that beautiful bean footage. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Old reference.
Yeah, right.
But, so they end up... I guess he ends up coming over and they're watching a movie.
Yeah. Shoshana's clearly very nervous. She's like, I mean, if you don't want to watch this, we can watch anything else. I got like 5.
Yeah.
I've got 5 movies from Netflix.
Yeah. Back in the days when Netflix was sending out DVDs.
Signed. I love the datedness of this. I love seeing
back when you get DVDs in the mail.
It was only 7 years ago, but so much has changed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So she's got 5 movies from Netflix. She's got one of the original James Bond movies with Pierce Brosnan. And he's like, I don't know. It's just my knee hurts.
And he had a knee brace on.
He had a knee brace on.
Did he bring up his knee before, or did he just have a knee brace on from then?
I honestly wasn't paying attention. But I did notice he was wearing a knee brace once he started mentioning. Jeans. Yeah, once he started mentioning his knee.
Yeah, he had a knee
I was like,
brace
oh,
over his
yeah, he
jeans.
does have a knee brace, I guess.
Yeah.
It also was kind of hard to see because my TV is glary like crazy.
You gotta get some blackout curtains,
Yeah,
some better curtains.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, I gotta stretch my knee out. It hurts when I don't stretch it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Shoshanna's like, I mean, you can put it on me.
Yeah, which seems it's like,
okay.
Put it on the coffee table. Like it's a weird way if he has the knee brace as his like movie hookup move.
Yeah.
Like
if there's nothing wrong with his knee.
He's like, oh, if I put this knee brace on, I'll just sit halfway through a movie and be like, oh, my knee.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it on her.
Yeah, I don't know if that was some kind of strategy.
Yeah.
Like I never have and never would.
I think that's a 1 out of 10 situation that would ever work.
So he's like, oh yeah, I gotta stretch out my knee, and Shoshana goes, yeah, you can put it on me. So he puts it on her, and she's very much like, oh, I have a man's knee on me. And she's like, I don't know what to do with my hand. So she puts her hand on his knee.
Yeah.
And it's very tense. And then he just looks at her, and I don't know what the fuck this was, but he was like, you can touch it if you want. I don't know. I couldn't see if she like looked at it towards his dick or something.
Yeah, because it's shot, the way it's directed, it's not all taking place in a wide shot. So it's close on her, and she touches his leg. And then she's like, looks awkwardly like, I don't know, should I touch his leg? Should I not? And then it cuts to him, and he's still watching TV, and he's like, you can touch it if you want. And then we go
at that point when he says you can touch it if you want.
I thought
it's like she's already touching.
That's what I thought it was neat. And then it cuts wide, and then he has a boner through his jeans that you can see.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so
I really need to get these blacked out curtains.
So he's got a boner in his jeans. That's the payoff of the wide shot there. Okay. And then she goes, I don't want to touch it unless we kiss. And then he kisses her, and she like puts her hand on it.
Yeah.
Boom. They're in the bedroom.
Then they're fucking going at it.
They're
going at it. Shoshana is There's so much talking during sexual encounters in this show.
Well, this one makes sense.
Yeah, this one totally makes sense. Like Hannah's doesn't make sense, but yeah. So he like throws her onto the bed. They're in their underwear. He says that she's got a hot rod little bod.
He becomes super weird.
Yeah, his lines are terrible.
But he's not at him yet.
Why are all of the men, I mean, I guess I know why, but all of the men in this show are just pathetic and weird and awful.
Women have been written poorly for years and years, and now it's time for men to be written poorly.
Yeah, dude, like all of these, I mean, you know what? It's not even that it's written poorly.
No, yeah.
It's because I could see a guy saying shit like this.
Oh, absolutely.
Like all the stuff that Adam says, I could see a guy doing. All the stuff that this guy says.
And I'm pretty sure this is taken from like little snippets of like tales that they've taught, like girls talking about this and swapping stories and being like, oh yeah, this guy did this weird thing.
Yeah, I can totally see this. And it just hurts my heart.
Well, people are weird, man.
Do you think there's any stories like that about you out there? I know there's stories like that about me out there.
Yeah, of course. There's like we've all done some stupid stuff, and some stuff you don't even realize you did it and it was stupid, and then you're like, or you did it stupidly as a joke and it didn't get landed as a joke, and you're like, oh god. So now you're just that guy that did that thing.
You're forever cemented.
Everybody is always cemented in someone's like sexual history of something, and like in a way where you don't want it. Not like If you were like, this person's gonna tell a story about you, you'd be like, I mean, I don't know what I could have done, and then they tell the story, and you're like, oh my god, I did do that. I'm the worst.
If
you could pull your collar, it'd be like all
if you were an anime, you'd have that big droplet of sweat on your head.
So they're in the bedroom, and he's like going down on her because he likes to do it. He apologizes. He apologizes for being weird.
It's weird. I really love eating pussy. Yeah. I'm a big fan. I guess it's weird, whatever. But I just like eating pussy.
Yeah. So that's happening, and she's into it, but a little nervous. And she's like realizes this is it. This is the moment. This is what she's been waiting for. And she's like, can we not do this? Can we just like have sex like right now?
Yeah.
And he's like,
yeah,
I'm sure that was what was going to happen, but like,
yeah, he's basically like, yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, she's like, I want to do it if you want to do it.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah. So they're about to do it, and she's rambling, and just kind of like nervous talking, and then
typical Shoshana.
And you see it coming, and you're just like, don't do it. And she's like, I'm gonna let him know that I'm a virgin. And then he just rolls off of her.
Yep.
and says, I don't think I can. I think I can do this.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not into
virgins.
I'll do it after you have sex.
Yep.
I'll have sex with you.
Yep.
Because as he says, virgins
are clingy. They bleed and they cling.
And she's like, I don't bleed and cling.
Yeah.
I'm not a clingy bleeder. It's like, and it's done in a funny way. Like she delivers those lines great.
Oh yeah, that was a great delivery of those lines.
Yeah.
That guy's performances. I mean, this was just a good scene.
Yeah,
that was a great scene. It was beautifully shot.
Yeah.
The mise en scène on point because it's just him on top of her, and then there's like a lot of dead space, and she says that she's a virgin, and you just see him roll off, and then it's perfect, a perfect like, 2-shot.
Yeah, they roll off like they have that post-sex roll-off that you would get, but it's like,
ain't no sexing going on.
And you knew he wasn't going to do it once she said it.
Yeah.
And, I get it. Like,
I get it.
I get it. It's a lot to...
I was trying to think so I'm 30 now. How old are you?
37. And I've dated a virgin, a late in the life virgin.
Yeah.
And, like, we did not have sex. Because it was one of those things where it was like, at a point I would have done it, but I was so, like, not really wanting to.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like a big deal for people.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the man I'm going to lose especially later on in life. Like, when you're a teenager, if you lose your virginity, then it's kind of like, we're all just trying to get it done.
Like, she was mid to late 20s at this point and hadn't done it. And it was
the girl that you dated.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was just like, if you do that, like, and I wasn't, like, so into, like, I liked her, but I wasn't so into her. I'm like, all right, this is something, if this happens, like, I'm ready to go down that road with it.
Yeah.
And, like, I was just like, it never got to that point, but I don't think, like, she never got to the point where she was ready to do it. And if she did, I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think if I would do it now. Like, if I started dating someone, let's say I'm 30, let's say this person was like 25 or
how old was 20? If she was 22.
I'm dating at 22. Man, I'm robbing that cradle, boy.
Well, she's 3 in this?
Well, she's a student.
Okay.
So I think she's younger than everybody else.
Who's 23? Is that Hannah?
Hannah's 23. I think Marnie's 24. Jess is 24. So I think Shoshana's the baby.
Yeah.
Or she could be a grad student. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he turns her down.
Yeah.
That probably feels like shit, but you can't really fault him.
Yeah. Like, it's weird. It's one of those things, if he was, like, to do that, to take it away, and, like, and it's weird. It's a double standard with, like, guys and girls. Like, a guy will just, like, I just gotta get rid of this V card.
Yeah.
And, like, and she's just like, I just want to get rid of this V card. Like, she doesn't want more from it. Mm-hmm. But just from this.
Yeah, she just met that guy that day.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm ready.
Like,
just let me fuck.
Yeah, she just wants to get that over it. She's not going to be, like, I believe her, she's not going to be clingy.
Yeah.
But he can't take that
I think she'll be totally clingy.
Maybe, yeah.
If I were to bet, she would be so clingy.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's just, like, that's the one thing. Like, a guy doing that, you don't believe he's going to be the clingy one if he's losing his virginity. But, like, her, you're like,
Yeah.
He just saw her, liked her, wanted to have sex with her. Would have dated her probably a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like he was just going to,
She really threw it at him.
Yeah.
Met that day. Came over to her place that night. Getting her sweet snatch eaten.
Yeah.
And fucking Matt, he loves it. It's weird. But he likes eating pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And that's basically where it ends for Shoshana.
Yeah.
It's just,
but it sucks for her. But I feel like she's gonna have a lot of close calling.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that.
Yeah.
And and when it finally happens, we're all gonna have a confetti. We're gonna celebrate and rejoice. I'll buy a cake.
Yeah.
And we're like, I'll get it customized. We'll say, Shoshana, you did it, and then me and you will eat it.
Yeah. we'll celebrate it for her.
Yeah. Who do you want to go to next?
I think let's not bury the lead and let's just dive into this Hannah situation.
All right.
Hannah's got a job, y'all.
Hannah got a job finally. She's working as, let me see, I just saw it. She's working as a secretary at a law firm.
Okay.
But she soon finds herself the target of sexual harassment by her leering boss, Rich.
I wouldn't call him as much leering as touchy.
Wikipedia says. That's what Wikipedia says.
Mr. Massage and chest grab and butt slap.
Yeah, she's got. Before all that happens, first thing that happens in the episode, she gets a sext from Adam, and it's his dick wrapped around fur. Apparently, I don't know. I couldn't see it because of the backlighting. I was trying to see it. I was like, "What is that?"
I was trying not to stare. Like I wasn't trying to study it like Charlie was.
Yeah. Charlie was all about that dick. So he shows it.
Yeah. So it opened. The episode opens with Hannah getting a dick pic and like reacting to it. So like, is she in the living room? She reacts to it and like Marnie and Charlie come out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
And
she's just like, "Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!"
And she shows it to Marnie, and she like kind of laughs.
Yeah.
And then she shows it to Charlie, and Charlie gets a big kick out of it.
Yeah. Charlie gets a big old kick out of it. He can't stop talking about how big this dick is.
He's staring at it. And I'm like, why is he just like staring at it and just like looking at it and going at it? And
he held her phone for longer than anyone in that room.
And I started to write down like he is really into this. And then I realized it's all for like his joke setup of the whole setup of getting another text.
Yeah.
And the text says, "Sorry, this wasn't for you. Not for you."
Yep.
And
so apparently the sex sent to Hannah was not meant for her.
Yeah.
I want to know who that was meant for.
and like Marnie's like, "Wow, this guy is a big piece of crap."
Yeah.
He's a big piece of shit.
He is. I mean, well, Marnie also kind of was like, to Charlie, she's like, "Well, you never send me dick pics."
Yeah, he's like,
"Do you even want one?" And she's like, "No."
Classic Marnie. Classic Marnie.
Yeah, fucking. If it was Yorma Tacone, you would. Fucking. He knows what's the fucking line? Oh, I'm a man and I know how to do things.
Yeah. So anyway, like Marnie tells her, "Do not respond. Do not text him back.
Mm-hmm.
Do not respond." And she decides to do like a flirtatious, topless, cupping the breast.
An implied nude
Photo. And then, that's how it opens.
That's how that opens. That's the first shit we see. And then
not a bad way to open.
Yeah, it was a very dynamic opening.
Yeah.
It was dynamic. You see dicks immediately, tits immediately.
Yeah, she goes full topless, front of the camera.
Yep.
Right,
I saw that. I didn't see the dick, but I saw.
Somehow you can't see boners through jeans, but you're just.
Okay, pause. The phone is much smaller, and she's like just got the perfect like headshot photography set up for her boobs to come out.
It's really good photo. She does rear camera. This is
it's amazing.
This is front.
Yeah,
front facing cameras.
I don't understand how that's true because she has an iPhone.
Was it that iPhones?
It looked like an iPhone.
Did they always have front cameras on iPhones?
Maybe not.
Because they talk about Blackberries in this one. So yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, no, it's great. She nails that.
With Charlie with the fucking if he ever wants to club seals with his dick or whatever, Charlie was all about that dick.
Yeah.
No. So then we see Hannah at work.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, I thought that she was just like temping or something. She doesn't understand Windows because she's a Mac girl.
Yeah.
And the boss is like, "What are we going to do with you? I'm just kidding."
Yeah.
Gives her that little joke. And then he starts massaging her.
Well, he starts saying, "Oh, you look like she was slouchy. She's always slouchy or whatever." He's like, "Oh, you look tense." And she's like, "Oh," and he gets behind her and he starts massaging her. And you just see the look, and it's just his hands on her shoulder and the look on her face, and you're like, "This is it."
Yep.
This is happening.
No. This is awful.
Yeah.
He's just massaging her shoulders. And he's like, "I did a Reiki class with my wife at the Ramada Inn or whatever.
And at the worst thing about that, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, this is wrong. This is uncomfortable. And then he starts talking about Reiki, and I'm like, maybe he isn't a creepster, giving him the like slight benefit of doubt. Yeah. And then he just goes for the like
he goes to the diaphragm and he's like grabbing her boobs and shit and it's just like
straightening her up. And then a lady walks by, like another coworker, and she looks at him like, oh, this guy again.
Yep, rich.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. Like it wasn't. I knew it was coming. I tried to give him like the hair. Maybe he does just want to help, and like she's gonna blow it out of proportion, and it's gonna be a fun thing and weird. Yeah. And I was like, nope. This is exactly what it is.
It went way over the top
exactly
immediately.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was just gonna stop at the shoulders, which was already uncomfortable. And then he just like goes to her chest, and I was like, dude, this is just terrible to watch.
Yeah.
Oh God. So then,
but then she beats. She goes to.
She's in the shitter.
Girls love calling a bathroom a shitter.
Oh yeah, she's in the shitter.
To the bathroom, and she brings it up with 2 other coworkers.
Yeah, and the coworker's like, "Yeah, just what happens.
Just what Rich does. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. He bought us this. He got us insurance. It's
basically like every woman that works at this place is kind of like also a prostitute because." He does all this inappropriate sexual stuff, and they're like, "But he bought me an iPhone, and he bought my sister camp or whatever. Took my sister to camp." And I was like, "Who gives a fuck, dude?"
It's one of those things where like it's showing. I mean, they don't have the span in this half an hour to show the whole the social scope of things, but it's one of those things where like the job itself is completely fine. No one's being berated. Yeah, you're getting paid and treated well.
It seems like a great job, except for that.
Great job, except for that. And it's like they've probably been through so much crap, like just being women at situations where like this is like light work for them. It's not right. They need to. You have to like nip that in the bud before it goes out of hand. Yeah, because that's what will happen. Yeah, and I'm sure that's what's going to happen with Hannah.
Oh yeah.
But like, they're just like, this is like not a big deal. Like it, and that's just the way they're treating it.
Yeah, they're kind of like, they kind of gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
Yeah, and it's not right. And it's like, right. And that's why we have this correction happening. Yeah.
You know what else isn't right? Hannah's eyebrows. Because they're like, what the fuck is up with your eyebrows? They're terrible. They're splotchy. And it's like, I shaved them when I was like 8 and they never grew back right.
I was plucking them and they didn't grow back right. I love that they transition right from like the boss Rich touching them to being like, whatever. And then like, your eyebrows though.
Yeah. They're like, don't worry about the massages and the creepy tit grabbing. Yeah. What's up with your fucking eyebrows, dude?
Her coworker, a black woman, like, doesn't look like, she doesn't have her makeup done like this, but she ends up like drawing eyebrows onto her that look comical, and she has them the rest of the episode, which is just great.
Hysterically bad.
Yeah,
just like, I don't know how that lady could see what she did and be like, this is better.
This is great. This straight line that I drew for your eyebrows.
Terrible. But, I guess it's all for, the comedic effect, but God.
But then we have an interesting scene, I thought, was when she goes and drops off some legal books, some generic work into the office of Rich. And Rich like says, "Oh, thanks," pats her on the butt. Mm-hmm. Not a huge grab, pat her on her butt. And then she starts to leave, and he's like, "Hey, if the touching ever bothered you, just let me know." Yeah. And he has this smile on his face like he's the nicest person in the world.
Yeah. Well, he's like, "I'm just a touchy guy. Yeah. If it ever makes you uncomfortable, let me know."
Yeah. And it's one of those like, that is like the most devious thing you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, now he's like put all of the onus on you to stop him from being the touchy one. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just so nice." Like, what? Like, it's like it's one of those, it's a mental mind game, and it's just like, not
and it
cool.
Totally worked on Hannah, because Hannah's just like sitting there like, everyone knows that it bothers her. Yeah. He definitely knows it bothers her because of how tense she got when he started touching her. Mm-hmm. And then she's just looking at him and she's like, "Well, I need this job."
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a job she needs. The coworkers seem fine. Like, she gets along with people. She got hired. Yep. Even though she still does stuff that would get you fired. Like, the reason she lost the other job thing when she made the rapist comment. Yeah. She still doing it.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit later.
It's like this next scene with her.
Yeah.
She's as she's about to leave to go meet up with Adam. Mm-hmm. She like shows the two coworkers from the bathroom the dick pic.
Yeah.
She just hands it to him.
The most unprofessional person.
She doesn't give him a heads up.
No. She's like, yeah, I'll show you something.
She's only been there a week.
Yeah.
But I guess if someone draws those ugly eyebrows on your forehead,
you have a bond.
You have a bond that cannot be broken.
You have a bond in that you were both being sexually harassed nonstop, and you drew my eyebrows on.
You drew my eyebrows on.
Here's the guy's dick that I've been fucking.
Yeah. My eyebrows aren't crooked. They're just wrong.
Yeah. So she shows the dick pic to him, and they're like, what the fuck? Like, it looks like a rapper's coat or something is the line. She's got like fur wrapped around it. It looked like a squirrel tail wrapped around his neck.
My grandma had a blanket or something like this. And they have, it's the best part because she ends up telling them that, and he said, sorry, I didn't mean to text it to you. Like, she just unloads all of that. They are just like, you got to have some self-respect for yourself.
You got to dump this guy. He's a piece of shit. Have you no self-worth? Have you no self-respect?
Like, this guy can grab us at work, touch us up. But this guy's sending you dick pics and say it to the wrong person. That is disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
I just love that dynamic of, like, that's the worst. Have self-respect there, but don't worry about it here.
Yeah,
it's like it's so well done.
Yeah, it was a really funny juxtaposition because everyone is getting sexually harassed and no one's reprimanding the harasser, and then it's like, oh, this guy accidentally sent a dick pic to you, and they're like, girl, don't you have any respect for yourself? It's like, perfect. Don't you?
Yeah,
or I don't know. So. After that, she's like, you know what? Everyone's telling me I should dump this guy. I should probably dump this guy.
Yeah.
She goes over to Adam's place for the big confrontation.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I'm going to fuck it. This is it. Mm-hmm. I'm done with Adam. He's disrespectful to me. Everyone's telling me he's being disrespectful to me. I can't avoid this any longer. Yeah. Goes over to his place. He opens the door. He's shirtless as always.
God, I kind of love Adam's character. He's just amazing.
He sees her eyebrows and he goes, what the fuck is up with your eyebrows? Like, she goes there to like talk to him and have this big blowout. Yeah. He immediately cuts the tension. It's like, what the fuck? You look like a Mexican teenager or whatever he said.
He says what everyone should be thinking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe she went out into the city.
Yeah.
And he was just like, why are you look like that? And she's like, I'm not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm here to let you know. She basically like confesses all the stuff she feels about him. She's like, I don't want to be disrespected by you anymore. You think I'm stupid because you sent this dick pic to me, but then you said that it was meant for somebody else. And like, I don't want to be hooking up with a guy that's hooking up with other people and sending dick pics to other people. And I don't want that. No. I don't even, and she says something like, I don't even want a boyfriend. And then Adam's like, well, what do you want?
Well, she said, I don't want a boyfriend. I just want someone that wants to be with me and
be with me, only me, thinks I'm awesome and isn't hooking up with anybody else. So and wants to hang out all the time.
Yeah, and I was like, I think that's I thought Adam was gonna be like, yeah, it's a boyfriend.
That's exactly a boyfriend.
But he didn't say. He just stood there looking at her with his dumb looking face.
It's amazing because Adam, for as devious and quote unquote leering and strategic Rich is.
Yeah.
Adam is just as strategic, and he is in her head so hard. And he knows it, and he knows exactly the right things to do to get what he wants.
Do you think he's doing... So you think he's doing what he does on purpose?
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the stuff that he does is just like, he doesn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. But he knows that he's in her head, and he knows she'll come crawling back.
Yeah, I don't think he cares if she comes crawling back as much, though. So I don't feel like he does these things with, like, the hope that, like, oh, I got her, like, wrapped around.
Yeah,
like, I think she comes back.
I don't think he, like, if he is talking to his friends about her, he's not like, I got this girl wrapped around my finger.
Yeah. We don't even know if he has friends. We haven't seen him with anybody.
I haven't seen him outside of his apartment. Yeah. He's a creep.
Which is great.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But, I think that he knows the right buttons to push to get what he wants.
Okay. Well, because the scene goes on and like she does all of this and then
she has this huge like I'm She starts crying and stuff. She's like, I'm done with you. I'm tired of being disrespected by you. You're not what I want. And I know that what I'm telling you isn't going to change you and all this stuff. And she's like, all right, so I'm leaving. Goodbye. Yeah. And then he just grabs like her coat.
Yeah. And then
she's like, fuck.
Yeah, she's just like, she just melts. And you know what's happening. And then they start making out and they go into the apartment. And she says something about like, I don't know what I'm doing or like who I'm going to be. And like, I'm trying to do this and that. Mm-hmm. And then he has this great line. He's like, why don't you be who you are?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I don't think he's saying that to play the game.
This is why she said that. Because she was like, I don't want you to send me dick pics. That's not who I am.
Yeah.
And then he's like, then just be who you are.
Yeah.
And that is one of those insidious lines where it's like he's trying to make her feel comfortable, but like I don't know, man.
I don't think he's saying. I think that's just what his mentality about everything is. Because he's like if he was that guy, he would have just let that dick pic ride and not said sorry, this wasn't for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like he.
Do you think that was a strategy to make her get her in his head?
No, because she's already coming over. He's already told her that he's sleeping with other people. Like he has not been saying the things that would keep her like. He's been saying things that would push her away more than he has to keep her. It's not like he says push away things. She comes over. He says a savior line. Like I think that when he says why don't you be who you are, is like him being like, because when she's like. He's just kind of oblivious. Like when they were on the bed and he's like playing with her fat roll. Mm-hmm. Like he's not thinking, oh, she's got like these issues with her weight and stuff. He's just like, oh yeah, this is cute and fun. Like he doesn't care. Like he seems to genuinely like her in some level too.
Yeah.
Which is like weird. Like, I mean, like it's just like he's not just using her. Like he has sex with her and she's a sex buddy.
Yeah.
But like he definitely has some type of feelings for her. You know, like
yeah, I get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I felt like when he said, like, he's the only one that tells.
Great analysis, fans.
Because he's the only one that like tells her the stuff that like she needs to know. Like he'll call her out on her eyebrows. Like he's the one that like will be truthful about certain things to her.
Yeah.
To a point where like, if he was trying to play the game, he would just be saying a lot of nice things and like feeding her, like he would do that thing where he feeds her ego and make her like think that she's the best, but he doesn't like. He's not gonna say that.
Yeah,
you know, he's just gonna say what he thinks, and that's the way he lives his life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a great weird moment for.
Yeah.
Adam. I don't think she should be with Adam. But she has to get to the point where she elevates above herself, like.
Because she definitely wants him to be a boyfriend. She wants a boyfriend.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
You're crazy.
But he's never given her any indication that he will.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
All right, I think we should move on to...
that happens, and I think it's a good thing.
That was a good arc, I guess.
And I think we have to go... It's only one way we can go from here, and that's gotta be Charlie.
Oh, no, man. We gotta just talk... Because then we're gonna end with Jessa. Jessa has a nothing story. So I think we should end with a bang.
All right, you want to end with the
Charlie
bang?
And Marley.
With the Charlie bang? Okay.
So let's go to Jessa.
Little tease for you guys.
Yeah. So, everyone who listens to this knows I hate Jessa. I think Jessa sucks.
Jessa's not my favorite character. She does have a couple.
Who's your favorite girl and who's your least favorite girl?
Well, it's Shoshana, and then it's
rank them. Rank them 4 episodes in. Where are they?
Shoshana, Hannah, Marnie, Jessa.
Mine is Shoshana, Marnie, Hannah, Jessa. And I don't even dislike Marnie or Hannah.
I know. I put Hannah up just because she has more fun moments than Marnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jess is such a distant fourth for me. She's so distant.
Yeah,
I don't know why everybody likes her. I don't know why they want to hang out with her.
Oh, you mean the people in the show?
Yeah. I get why the guys like want to bang her, but I don't get why she has friends. She's a piece of shit. Does nothing. She's the worst. her story starts off with her being like, I hate working. Isn't it suck that you got to go to work and fucking you got to show up every day when you don't want to? And it's like, yeah, dude.
I relate to that.
Yeah. That's everybody. You're not being deep, you fucking... So then...
But she has a great line in that, because that's when she's walking with Shoshana and the guy shows up and she's like, I'm just gonna leave whatever.
I'll leave you whatever this is. Fucking hate her.
But she has like these good like little snarky little lines.
Yeah, but her snark is unearned because she's a nobody piece of garbage.
Yeah,
that's what I would say to her if she tried to get snarky with me. I'd be like, "What the fuck are you? You do nothing. You're an unsuccessful nobody."
If you were a random character in this world and you were a guy, you'd be like, "That's the hottest person I've ever seen in my life."
No way, Marnie's hotter than Jessa, I think.
Yeah, Jessa.
Even Shoshana is hot. When they showed Shoshana in her underwear, I was like, "Dang, I didn't know Shoshana was like that."
I would say I was surprised by the body.
Yeah. She's got a hot rod little butt.
Hot rod little butt. Yes.
God.
He put my thoughts into words.
So then Jessa's like, "Okay, I guess I gotta go to work."
Yeah, and and Jessa is still babysitting for this family.
Yeah,
I don't understand how she became this live-in nanny. I guess just because she's foreign.
She's not live-in,
or like not live-in, but like just because she's foreign. I guess she's now doing the nanny.
She's what is it called when they're foreign? Oh, there's a specific word for a nanny that's like foreign. Oh no. No.
And Joe is broken.
No.
This is what breaks him.
No. Au pair. I didn't have to look it up. An au pair.
I thought that was just like a French term for... isn't that just a French term for like a nanny or housekeeper?
I don't know. I'm just happy that I found that word.
I don't think that's just for like if you're foreign.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
I don't
so
think
then
you're Haitian housekeeper to your au pair.
I think so.
I mean, it's your au pair, but not because she's a Haitian housekeeper.
How rich the family is that is hiring the person. You're like, no, it's not a babysitter. You're an au pair.
Yeah.
You're a babysitter.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she's going to work. She picks up the kids. Kids are bitching about how they don't want to go to school. And then Jess is like, well, you got to go to school. She's like, I don't even want to go to school, though. It sucks. And she's like, well, you gotta.
Oh, is this the part where she's saying something about barrettes in her hair, and Jessica keeps being like, "What do you mean you had a pack of cigarettes?" It's like such a.
I didn't know what that meant.
I think she was just like the kid was saying something, and she was like making a joke. It's like the kid was saying something else.
Yeah,
and it wasn't
even her
great.
jokes are bad. I fucking hate her.
But then they run into the dad. I keep wanting to call him the stepdad because he's not there. But they run into their father and his buddy. I
think it's Horatio Sands.
It's played by Horatio Sands, and he's playing he's their uncle actually, Uncle Terry.
Yeah,
played by Horatio Sands, and he's like, "Whoa, man, where'd you find her?" And like, she's got. What did he say? The face of someone and the ass of Rihanna? The
ass of Rihanna. She got the face. I forget who she has the face of, but I was like...
Once he said ass of Rihanna, I was just like, what is happening?
Dude. Nobody talks like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jessa is hot, and it'd be dope to have a hot babysitter, I guess. I don't know. But fucking that guy's married to Catherine Hahn, who's also hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what... And this guy doesn't have a job.
It's the babysitter.
He doesn't have a job. What do these people do? What does Catherine Hahn do?
She's business lady.
Okay, so I guess
she's business lady, and he's
a fucking.
Is he a musician? Like, he's not a musician.
He's not a musician because he went to his friend's show. He's just a fucking Stedman.
Yeah, I feel like he's hustling. He's doing something.
He's got to be trying.
He's a creative.
He's like
a creative.
We are that guy.
Yeah.
No,
we can't see ourselves in him.
Oh God. So yeah, then they're at the park. You take the lead on this one. I fucking hate her.
So they're at the park, and all the kids are playing around, and Jess is sitting at a table with 3 other au pairs, if you want to call them that.
Nanny, babysitter, whatever.
And they're like, "Oh, which kid is yours?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just babysitting these." Like, "Oh, or like, I'm just watching these." She's like, "Oh, they're not your kids? I thought you were like a single actress."
Yeah.
And she's like, No, I'm just like you.
I'm just like you. And then you look around the table. One's like a Jamaican lady. One's a Latina lady who speaks broken English.
Yeah.
The other lady is like some other kind of.
And they're all
foreigner.
at least like 10 years older than her.
Yeah.
Too.
And none of them are hot.
None of them are like model hot or whatever way you want to classify it.
None of them have the ass like Rihanna.
Ass like Rihanna in the face like
some famous person.
Yeah. But yeah, she's like, I'm just like you guys.
And then like, all of them like roll their eyes collectively.
Like, they all hurt themselves rolling their eyes.
I wrote that line down and I didn't remember what it was from except until you brought it up. I have it written down. It's like, just like all of you. And I was like, what does that mean?
And then later when we see her, she's like holding court.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there and she's talking like, hey, the way they pay you guys is like so low and like we should unionize. And like there's this guy that I guess is a nanny too that's behind. He's like, oh, I don't have a lot of time, but I should write up a charter. And she's like, I don't know what that means, but sure, let's do it. Yeah. And she just rambles on and like all this stuff. And I'm like, I hope this doesn't get to a point where she starts unionizing these people and getting them all fired.
Yeah, she wouldn't. Because
she wouldn't follow through with it.
She wouldn't because she's a garbage human being.
But then this is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, this comes from nowhere, out of nowhere. And it's the worst delivered line ever.
She's like, "Hey, where are your kids?"
Wait a minute, where are your kids?
And then Jessa looks around. She's like, "What? Where are they?" And then some rap song kicks in.
Yeah,
like you're gonna have this epic running around the city chase. Yeah. And she walks out into the middle of the park, and she's like, "Where are they?" And there's an overhead shot, and she's just like,
she's doing like the twirling, like, "Where are?"
It's like I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, this was just a bad scene.
And then, and it's weird because she gets up and goes for it, and then all the other people get up from the table at the same time. You think you're gonna have this like everyone running around and like, oh, we're all au pairs together. The team au pairs searching for. We always lose a kid. And we always find it. Like it's kind of one of those scenes. But you never see any of them go anywhere else. You just stay on Jessa.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
also, if they're all looking for Jessa's kids, who's watching their kids?
And they don't show them all looking around. It seems like they might have just cut that stuff out or whatever. And then this one lady's like, "Hey, they're over here. I found them."
Yeah. And it was just like she was standing by a fence and you didn't see the kids at all.
And then
like, what?
And then you go. I was like, "What? Are they alive?" Yes. Like, it was like something out of Law and Order. Like they're over here. I don't know if you want to look.
Yeah.
And then she just goes, and they're like underneath this like this stage type thing, and you pull out that like little fencing thing.
Yeah.
And you just pull like a little sheet back. It's like they're underneath. They're like under like a crawl space.
Yeah.
It's like a porch or something. Space. And then like Jess was like, "Get out here, come on!" She's inches away from them. They're literally sitting underneath this thing.
They're face to face.
Like she could like reach out and just grab on them.
They're as far away from like me and you.
We're further apart sitting across from each other than they were. And she's like, "Get out here!" And then the kids are looking like, "What are we supposed to do?" Like you can see the kid actors being like, "I know we're not supposed to get out, but I don't know why we're hiding." Like they had like, and it was just like, "Get out here." And okay, so then that happens, and you're like, okay, that tension was nothing, really. Yeah. And then later, we see the dad coming in with the mom. They're like making out. They're coming from date night or something. Mm-hmm. And then
looks like some shit's about to happen.
Yeah, and then you hear, "Mommy, Daddy," and then she's like, "Oh, I thought you'd be asleep." And they're like up on the couch with Jessa.
Also, Jessa the whole time is wearing like these huge high heel platform shoes and like this very fashionable. Dude, what are you doing? You're with kids. What are you?
She's not gonna wear
these
slacks,
huge earrings
That's
too.
That's just her style, man.
Who are you trying to impress?
She's trying to impress herself.
Ugh.
She's trying to impress Uncle Terry.
It's just not practical.
Uncle
Terry, Horatio Sands. Did you know Uncle Terry was on Saturday Night Live for a long time?
But yeah, so they come in, and then the kids are like, "Jessa lost us."
Yeah, immediately.
And my thought immediately was like, how are you lost when you left?
Yeah. Jessa lost us. It's like, it was like you're trying to get lost.
And you're not lost. You literally left the park.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like you guys were in a mall and Jessa was like looking at something and said, "Wait here."
Mm-hmm.
Or like left you on a bus or something, you know? like, and they're like, "Oh, she lost us." Like, why would that be the first thing that you would say from your day? Like they're trying to get rid of her or something.
Yeah. I would feel like also Jessa would have done a job of like, "Don't tell your parents, I'll buy you all the candy." That seems like a very Jessa move to me.
But it's not even her fault. Like, Jessa is one of these people who I expect to do something wrong with these kids.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's not the setup for her doing something wrong. It's like she's literally sitting where all the other parents are sitting. The kids are playing in the playground. All of a sudden, they go and hide for no apparent reason. And now it's like Jessa's fault. Like, have Jessa screw up some other way. That was my thing. It was just like...
Yeah, they go hide and they don't even do anything interesting. They're just like sitting It's not like she removed that fence and they were doing anything.
Yeah.
They were literally just sitting
there. Like, they just went to hide.
I don't know, man.
Like, if you're playing hide and seek and didn't know, like, that's fine. But anyway, it's just one of those things where... So she can have a moment where she bonds with the dad. Like, the mom walks off with the kids to put them to bed. And then the dad's like, it's okay. I've lost them too.
Yeah, don't worry. We all lose them. Which is true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
My parents lost me.
Yeah, I'm sure. You miss a kid, you have that little panic attack thing, and you find them. You don't want to hear that you're...
I also used to purposely hide.
Yeah, places. So you're one of those jerk kids.
Yeah, I'm definitely Beatrix or the other one,
and
Lola.
Then you go home and you go, hey, Dad, Mom lost me.
Yeah, probably. Hide in the coat rack at the store.
So you are the kids and the dad in this story.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're finding out a lot about yourself.
Yeah. Well, then there's also like the worst exposition ever because the dad was like, don't worry. We all lose them. It's fine. And she's like, I don't know. They just remind me of me. I used to like tell lies to my babysitters all the time. And he's like, lies like what? She's like, lies like my mom is a nice person and we're best friends. I was like, sure.
Yeah, when that came out,
to get fucking heavy on that shit. It was
so heavy-handed.
It was so dude, I hate her. I hate her story. The actors in her stories are bad.
I'm wondering when her, because I feel like she hasn't fully gotten, even though we've had long scenes with her, like last episode when she first started babysitting, I feel like we don't get a chance to, really sit with her, really. It's these, little nuggets, and it's not dulled out in a way where you're like, all right, I feel some sympathy for her.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm waiting for a single redeeming quality about her because she's just the worst person.
And they had it with the abortion kid thing.
Yeah, but that was all bullshit.
And then, she has that thing where I want to have kids with all these people. And then in this episode, she's like, what? I want to have kids? I'm 24.
Yeah.
Or something. And, you're like, what
makes you think I have kids? I'm 24.
Yeah, what? Because you thought you were pregnant,
dude,
a month ago.
Done with Jess. I fucking hate her. I could care less. I couldn't care less.
I'm interested. I don't know if I've seen her in anything else either, the actress. So I'm interested in...
because this role ruined her. Because
I wonder what she's been in. I've probably seen her.
She's probably in fucking
tons of
Jupiter Ascending or some stupid fucking movie. And that's what she deserves. I'm down to the actress.
That's what she deserves.
The actress deserves a bad...
Deserves, to be in Hollywood bombs. Blockbuster bombs.
I hate her. She's
the
worst written.
Let's get to your favorite guy. Then.
My favorite.
Let's go to Charlie.
But this is I wrote it down as I'm breaking it down via character this time around. So I have Hannah, Shoshana, Marnie, and Jessa. Marnie has the least of it, but it's because it's more of a Marnie and Charlie story. Because Marnie's barely in this episode. Yeah. She's there to first laugh at the dick pic, and then she's gone, and it's a big Charlie and Ray story from there on regarding Marnie. So Charlie and Ray are apparently in a band that I didn't realize, and he's like, I'm trying to write this song.
And we haven't seen Ray since the first episode, have we?
No.
Yeah.
And so Charlie's banging on a table with a hammer, being singing the song, which is about I see you with Keds on or something. So stupid. Such a bad song. And then...
If you update it for now, it's Vans.
Yeah. Dude.
You could update it. Let's just remake this show.
Yeah. So he's banging on it. He's trying to write a song, and he's also trying to build something for her.
Just build something for Marnie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ray is you think this street garbage art is going to really impress her? And he's like, I got to try something. She's been in a real funk lately.
And Ray really hates her.
Yeah, Ray doesn't like her. Ray thinks she's boring. Ray doesn't like her. Yeah. He thinks that... And from his perspective, he's right.
Oh, yeah, from his perspective.
I mean, Charlie is getting walked all over.
Ray's a douchey asshole.
Ray's douche, yeah. But we've known that.
Yeah, we know Ray's a douchey asshole. So Marnie has the right not to like him.
Yeah.
But in that first episode when she's with him, she's just like, well, this party sucks because it's just you guys here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, not even trying to shield that at all.
Yeah. Ray's a tool.
Yeah.
But he's a well-meaning tool. Like, he has his friends' interests.
Yes.
At heart.
Yeah.
So then they're just like, oh, let's go walk around and sneak into the girls' rooms.
Ray is like, we've never been in a girl's apartment alone. Like, which is weird because why would he be over there ever?
Yeah, why are they there?
Because he wants to build something. I don't know why he doesn't build it at his place and then bring it. Or
we gotta work on that
whatever.
Stupid fucking Ked song.
Yeah. But anyway, like Ray's like, oh, I'm gonna look around and search around for stuff, and I'm just like, well, you just know he's gonna find something bad. Yeah. And I wasn't even thinking. The title of this episode is Hannah's Diary, and
there's been no mention of it.
And I had not thought that was what he's gonna find. I thought he was gonna find I just completely forgot about it. I thought he was gonna find something about Marnie and that guy.
And Yorma Tacone.
Yeah. The artist guy that she's like.
The man that knows how to do things.
The man that knows how to do things. I didn't know what he would find.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I was like, I don't know what she would have left there.
Yeah. Maybe like a text from him I don't know. But, so he finds a vibrator, he sniffs it.
And Charlie is just being bad, dude. Like, Charlie, you got to stop your boy from going around these rooms. Yeah. Especially when he goes into Hannah's room. Like, that's not cool.
That's not even...
It's
like his girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. It's one thing if it's bad enough that you got your friend going through your girlfriend's stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my friend going through my girlfriend's stuff at all. I would much rather have him go through Hannah's stuff.
Yeah.
If it's my dude, I would stop my boy from doing my girlfriend's stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Go through Hannah's stuff. I don't give a fuck about Hannah. Which is funny because he's like, oh, look, crotchless panties. And then he's like, oh, wait, no, these are just panties with holes in them. This is terrible. Which is so on brand for Hannah. So good. That's a very good line, very good visual.
Yeah. And then somehow Hannah just has her diary just hanging out.
Yeah, because I don't think that she thought that Ray and Charlie were going to be there.
But it seemed like it was just like on the bed. It wasn't even like
working on a Ked song, building stuff from trash. Yeah. Why didn't they do this at his apartment?
Just so he could find that diary. So like he finds a diary, he hops on her bed, he starts reading, and Charlie's just at the doorway. Hey, Ray, stop! Yeah, Ray's such a pushover. Charlie's such a pushover. Yeah,
and Ray's his character.
Yeah, and Ray just like starts reading. He flips. He does my favorite thing when people read books on TV is that they just open it from in the middle. Yeah, yeah. Like no one starts first page. He's just like, all right, flip to the middle.
Yeah, so they flip to the middle.
Yeah, and it's just like oh, you didn't want to know what day one was like for Hannah. You just
you don't even look at the first page to see if it even is Hannah's.
Yeah, it's like, all right to it. And he flips immediately to something about Charlie. Just like it was like she had a bookmark in it. Yeah. And I love that he like sees it. He's like, no, you're right. This is stupid. Yeah. And he closes it and he doesn't want.
Well, he gives her compliments, which is like, I feel like this is Lena Dunham like stroking her own ego. He's like, oh, she's actually pretty funny. She's a good writer. Yeah. And he's like, well, she's a writer.
No, he's like, it's funny, it's clever. Yeah, she's.
And then he keeps reading, and then he gets that like wide-eyed, like, uh-oh, I feel like I shouldn't be reading this. Yeah. And he closes it, and he's like, Charlie's like, what's that about? Yeah. He's like, oh, it's nothing. No. Don't worry about it. And he just walks away with the diary.
Yeah, if he would have put the diary like back down on the bed, it's like, ugh, this girl's weird. Yeah. And then like left. Instead, he's like, don't worry, nothing. Shifty eyes. And he's carrying it out of the room. And
he also is like, your girlfriend's boring, but wow, this girl is also way boring.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
the jig is up.
Yeah. And then Charlie's like, why are you carrying the diary still? Like he's walking out of the room with it. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know what his plan was to like shred it or something.
I have no idea.
And then he just walking out, and then they start wrestling over it. Yeah. Which was
weird. Also, her diary is enormous.
It's not thick. It's like really. It's like
It's long. Big... It's so impractical for a diary. Like for a diary, you want something like this.
But you're not going to take a diary anywhere outside of your place. You're not going to travel around. I just showed
Vance my notebook here, which is like a regular size moleskin.
Is that a brand of notebook?
No, it's a moleskin. I got from a trade show when I was working in this one place. Yeah. But
taking people behind the curtain.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
No, but I just thought he's walking out of the room. I don't mind how big it was.
I minded how big it was. Yeah. It was bullshit, and it was just out in the open. Yeah. Even if she.
I liked that it wasn't like a black cover. Like it was like a like a teal.
It didn't have a sticker on it that said, "Do not read."
Did he know? Did it say Hannah's diary on it? Because how do you know it was her diary? He knew it before he opened it, didn't he? Yeah. It seemed like he knew. Well, anyway, none of that matters.
I don't know, like, why would you leave it out? Like, maybe Marnie's.
No, I mean, you keep it in the dresser. It seemed like it was just on the bed, but whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, whatever. It's her.
I'm not blaming the victim here.
But okay, yeah, and the victim is
Hannah.
Okay.
But
but someone does blame.
Oh,
someone blames the victim.
So yeah.
Okay.
So then our next. Well, the end of Marnie and Charlie's arc is they're at Charlie and Ray's show.
And we get to hear the Ked song.
We get to hear the Ked song, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Charlie is just like strumming his... It doesn't sound like he knows how to play guitar at all. Ray's playing bongos.
Yeah. I was like, is that what they were building?
Dude.
Like, I was like, did they make their drums?
Also, it felt like it was very quiet.
Yeah.
Like they're doing a concert.
And they're in the back wall of the concert place just says Bushwick.
Yeah.
Like, dude. I don't know which place in Bushwick that was, but yeah.
It kind of looked like this place called Cake Shop. They had comedy shows there, and I saw my friend's band play there. Super City. Shout out Super City. They're great. Fantastic band. Check them out. Baltimore indie rock kind of thing. Anyway, it kind of looked like Cake Shop, and that's in the Lower East Side. Okay, but it could be somewhere in Bushwick. I could be wrong. So they're playing the Ked song. It sucks. But people cheer because just to be nice. And
it's a pretty decent crowd there, too.
And
seemingly all watching.
There was a pretty decent crowd there.
Oh, and we do
Speaking of a decent crowd, we get the first time in this show, episode 4, where all 4 of the girls are together. And I don't know why. Why would they all go to Charlie's show? This seems like a thing that Jessa would be like, no, I'm not fucking going to his show.
I could see Jessa not going to it. I could see Shoshana going to it because it's like something to do.
Because she's sweet.
Yeah.
I guess I could see Hannah going and Marnie. So they're all there. This is the first time they're all in the same room.
Episode 4, we get all 4 of them together.
And there's no interaction really between any of them. Hannah shows up late and Jessa makes some kind of comments like, oh, don't you know that this is the face of a woman that just got fucked? Because Marnie's like, why are you so pink? It's like, how can you tell? It's so dark and her face is blue right now. Shoshana makes some kind of virgin comment about like, am I going to have to pee or something?
No, because they're like standing in a line and Shoshana's at the end next to Jessa, who's next to Hannah, who's next to Marnie. Mm-hmm. And then Jessa says the thing about like, can't you see she just had sex or something? Mm-hmm. And then Shoshana on the end, as if she was like at the counter of a bar missing it, like in a game of telephone or something. She's like, no, we didn't do it. Yeah. And it's like, no, okay. And it's not that loud because I think they're between sets at this point.
They're between songs.
But so anyway.
Play the Ked song. It sucks. And then they're like, all right, this next song is dedicated to my... Or Charlie says this. He's like, this next song is dedicated to my G friend.
Did you say G friend?
He said G friend.
Yeah.
Which is god-awful.
I'm sure if he was using that to be pissed off, it'd be interesting, but I think that's just how he always refers to it.
Yeah, because that's who he is.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is dedicated to my G friend and her friend Hannah. And Hannah's like, oh, cool. This song's about me. This couldn't go poorly in any way possible. And then they start playing. They're like, this song is called Hannah's Diary. And there's no like, uh-oh. Yeah. There's none of those moments.
Yeah, she's just like, they're like, oh, I can't wait to hear what the song is.
How's this going to go? Yeah. Hannah's Diary. I haven't heard this one before. Yeah. So they start playing. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. But it's just like Charlie reading things from Hannah's Diary about what a worm and pushover and loser he is.
Yeah.
And how Marnie is agonizing and she should just dump him because he deserves somebody better for his kindness, and she deserves somebody better because neither of them are happy.
She's smothered by his kindness or something, and like it's like and then they start reading directly from
they pull out the diary
on stage and start reading from. It's like, oh, we should just cut off the sickness before and like let the stump heal or something. Yeah.
And meanwhile, I can't ignore this. The music is terrible. It's literally just him strumming like 3 chords.
Yeah, and like and his buddy Ray isn't even hitting the bongo. He's just tapping his side.
Yeah,
like his hips,
his saddlebags.
Yeah, and so they didn't they didn't like have time to really write a song about this.
Yeah, this wasn't good. They're like, we just wrote this one today. This is a new one. So they do this, and they're talking about how like Hannah thinks Charlie's such a loser, and then he's like, all right, that's the end of the show. Good fucking night, everybody.
And I almost wanted to hear like the electric guitar, like, you know, when
the
the
feedback.
Even though he's playing an acoustic guitar. I would have loved if they just.
No, it wasn't acoustic. It was an electric guitar. Yeah, it was a Stratocaster.
I wish they would have like had that because I just love that.
That's such a great comedic stupid thing.
It's like
So he throws his input plug out.
Yeah.
They leave the stage. One person claps because it was just horrendously awkward.
Yeah.
All of the girls look shocked.
I love how Ray sets he looks at them and just sets the diary down on the chair he was sitting in. Like, here you go. You can have it back.
And then they leave. One person claps. All of the girls look adequately shocked.
Yeah.
And then Marnie throws her drink into Hannah's face. Why? That was the most undeserved drink toss?
That is why when I was ranking the girls, Hannah was above Marnie.
Okay. I could see that. Yeah.
Because just stuff like that. Stuff like that where you're going to be mad at Hannah
for writing down everything that you've been saying about your boyfriend.
And then putting it in her diary.
Her private diary.
And then them finding it. And then you're mad at her.
Publicly reading her diary.
Yeah.
Dude.
This is a person who showed you a dick pic to start the episode. You
Yeah.
think she's not writing a diary or journal or something?
Yeah,
and
that
if
was...
she is, why do they have it?
That was the biggest bullshit.
Yeah.
That was the biggest bullshit.
And
like,
you know
why
that,
did Hannah get blamed for that?
I could see Marnie being upset that it got out and being but the way she reacted and just took it straight to Hannah, like, it's not Hannah's fault.
No, it's not.
It's not like Hannah was sitting there, got drunk, and just blabbered it to him.
Yeah,
if that happens, I'm like, sure.
Yeah. It was obviously they stole something from Hannah.
Yeah.
That's private,
mm-hmm.
and they made it public.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Marnie doesn't even like Charlie, so why is she so upset?
Well, she wants to break up on her own terms.
I guess, but you know, now it's over.
No,
well, you never know. It's probably not
over.
It's probably some kind of bullshit going on in the next episode.
Not until she hooks up with Adam.
But I thought that was such bullshit. And I was like, Marnie.
Marnie's not a good look on you.
Yeah, it's
not a good look.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, Marnie, come on. That's not Hannah's fault.
No.
But no one's going to say that. Who's going to say that? Jessa?
Yeah.
Jessa's not going to say that. Jessa's probably sucking some guy's dick in the bathroom. And when Shoshana's just going to be like, well, like, Shoshana might be like, well, like, it wasn't really Hannah's fault. It was like in her private diary.
And I'll just be like, shut up, Shoshana.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be like, Shoshana, you're a virgin.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah.
You know what? Marnie is kind of a jerk.
Yeah, she's like, you understand her. She's a real person, but you just don't like. Yeah, like, it's just like she's like that person that's just going to be a little overreactive, like, not overly emotional, but like, you know, she's gonna react negatively.
Yeah,
and take it out on the wrong person.
Exactly. Yeah, she's
like, she's
that's
bad
a good way
enough.
to put
She's
it.
stringing Charlie along.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
And that's pretty much the episode. Vance, any final thoughts on this episode? Hannah's diary.
I really liked it. I thought it was a good one. I thought it was fun. Everything moved. Nothing lagged or anything. It like kind of flowed. It set up a lot of nice things. Like, Hannah's got a job now.
Mm-hmm.
Her relationship with Adam is in a weird same new phase to me. Like, you just know this is like going to keep going. We got the Charlie Marnie drama that's coming up. That's a nice tease. You got Jessa and her like babysitting dad love with a little Uncle Terry thrown in. Horatio Sands to like little mix it up. And yeah, I just thought it was well done. One thing was missing. It didn't have, I know we had the scene of Hannah with Adam, but it didn't have that scene like the last two episodes had, where it was just like, that's that standout scene. Like, that was just like so great.
Yeah.
Like, Shoshana's scene with the guy was great. It was good, but it didn't have that one where you're like, man, I think
it was a complete episode.
Yeah.
Didn't feel incomplete.
Yeah. And I felt like everyone, even though Marnie wasn't in it a lot, her storyline was there. And everybody had a good piece. You know?
I'll say this about this episode. Yeah. I was disappointed in every character except Shoshana. Every character did something that was like, why are you even doing that? Like Hannah with the sexual harassment and then going to break up with Adam and then still fucking
Hannah with
him.
the sexual harassment thing is a tough one. Like, it's not a... I mean, they could have had her just confront him this episode, blah, blah, blah.
I feel like that confrontation is definitely coming.
It's coming, but she wasn't... I don't blame her for, like, not diving in day one, like, week one. Like, she just got the first sight. Like, you got to plan how you're going to approach that, you know?
Disappointed in her still. She went to break up with Adam and didn't do it, basically. Disappointed in Marnie, because Marnie threw the glass of water or whatever she was drinking at Hannah, who didn't deserve it.
It would have, I would have been fine if Marnie gave her like a cold look and then just ran off after Charlie.
Yeah. Disappointed in Charlie and Ray for going through Hannah's diary.
Absolutely.
Very disappointed.
Ray, what are you doing? Charlie, you can't.
Yeah. Disappointed in Jessa because she's the worst. Shoshana did nothing wrong this episode.
No. And if she was a bad person, she might not have told that guy that he was taking her V card. And I think,
but even that's not even that bad.
I think she telling him was the right thing to do, even though it cost her at the end.
I hope that she doesn't become an unlikable person. Like, I wouldn't say Hannah's unlikable. I'm just disappointed. Like a father.
Well, we gotta find out if her father's gay still.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But no, it's that's her character. That's her story. She's always gonna.
All these people are just like so disappointing and unlikable.
But that's life. That's the whole point of it. None of them are gonna be winners.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see what happens with Marnie and Charlie, though.
Still a good episode, though.
It's a good episode.
It was all right.
I like it.
It was okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for episode 4, Hannah's Diary. Look forward to next week's episode.
Yeah, what's the title of this one?
Episode 5 is titled Hard Being Easy.
Oh, boy. That's good. That's good.
Feel like there's going to be something going on there.
Is this Lena Dunham?
Lena Dunham wrote it. Jesse Peretz directed.
Okay.
All right, so until next week, guys, this has been Boys Watching Girls. I'm Joe.
I'm Vance.
Till next week. Later.